as the country is on fire with COVID right now, here is the Admiral Giroir talking about the work the president has done, the engagement the president has had in this one issue.
Admiral, we know who is not shouting that message to the American public, and that is Donald Trump. The Washington Post is reporting this morning that the president has not attended a coronavirus task force meeting in at least 5 months. Is that accurate?
That's true, but the vice president does chair the coronavirus task force. The vice president, we often have several cabinet members there, and the vice president briefs the president every day or nearly every day on coronavirus. So I'm not concerned that the president doesn't attend. The vice president is there, Secretary Azar, the leadership that's there, the scientific community, Dr. Birx, Dr. Fauci, myself, Dr. Hahn, Dr. Redfield. You know, we're all working, and the docs work literally every single day together. We put out over 50 million of the card-based test, another 8.5 million this week.
Admiral, I want to...
So what does he do? He hasn't spoken to Pelosi in over a year in terms of negotiating stimulus.
Don't need to. And then the number one issue in the country, where almost 250,000 Americans are about to have died from it, but they don't count because they have pre-existing conditions, right? They're not in peak physical condition like... Thought it was going to go away.
Right.
Thought November 4th, I was betting it was going to go away. Turned out it didn't.
Vaccine before the election.
Sue me.
Yeah, I mean, he seems very hands-on. That's one thing you can say about Donald Trump.
The whole administration, you just had his top COVID advisor basically say there needs to be some type of uprising in Michigan because there's an attempt by the Michigan governor to introduce some measures to mitigate the massive amount of infections that have exploded in Michigan. And the administration is doing nothing except for calling for some type of uprising. And then he backed it off. He said, I just meant vote in 2 years.
Yeah, you might want to not talk about an uprising in Michigan when there was an attempted kidnapping plot, which you then made fun of. I mean, like, that's part of when you think about these nuggets of how horrible he is, it just makes the defeat even sweeter.
All right, folks, we will see you tomorrow. And for those of you sticking around, we're going to head into the fun half of the program, and we will welcome Paul Rieckhoff to the show, and he will we'll have a little bit of a debate about some of these issues that we've just discussed. It's going to be we're going to have a tough time with the redistricting, and so I don't know. You know, these things are sometimes difficult to predict, but 2022 could be a real tough year for Democrats in the House. And we could easily lose the House. We'll see.
Well, if we lost seats during this time, seems pretty likely after losing all those state houses that we're primed for it. I mean, we're going to call it now and not be happy about it when it happens.